A one-man business today can become a many-man business tomorrow. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lekan Abioye. I'm the CEO of Rich Brands Group, an advertising stroke branding outfit in Lagos, Nigeria. I actually want to bring some knowledge, or information into a particular segment of our economy, which I feel that of recent has gathered some level of traction, because everybody now believes, even at the level of government, that the SMEs, that the small businesses are drivers of economy. Even great economies of the world, in the America, in the Europe, Asia, we have a lot of, small businesses that drive the economy. And coming to this part of the world, it cannot be different. So in these few minutes of my talk with you, I'm actually focusing on the SMEs that we're having in Nigeria. Or let me put it this way, one-man business. Because I also have the belief that a one-man business today can become a many-man business tomorrow and can become a blue-chip company tomorrow. An area that is very, very key that I also want to talk about today is the area of branding. And in this discussion, I just want to talk about 3 different areas briefly that can actually help everyone that is within the category of small business or are aspiring to become business owners, probably small today and then becoming big tomorrow. And those 3 things within branding are things I actually want to talk about. Number 1 is naming. A whole lot of business in this part of the world believes that they can give any name to their business or they can give any name to their products. But they're actually wrong. There are kinds of name that goes to a kind of business. I've seen this a lot, with some of our businesses. Let me take, with all due respect, let me take an Igbo man business, for example, into this context. An Igbo man, for example, want to package mango juice, and he doesn't care if the name on that juice is Chukwu Emeka or Saint so-so-so or Ebele so-so-so. Or you want to have a transportation company and he's putting Chukwu Emeka and Sons, so-so-so and Sons. All these, I'm not saying that it's not good, but it is not really standard. And why do I say this? When you are putting out a name for a brand, whether corporate or product name or service name, it should be a name that can resonate within the confine of that market that we are envisioning. So, for example, if I'm looking at a product going pan-Nigeria, then the name of the brand must be a kind of name that can be easily spelled, recognized, and pronounced by the people within that market. So this becomes very, very vital and very, very important that we must take our time to recognize and to look at. So naming is very, very key. We need to look at that very, very well. When you are naming a product or a service or a company, it's better for you to go to people that are knowledgeable or skillful in that area to help you, carve out or create a name for your product or your service. Naming is very, very key, and I think we should all look at this as a very, very vital, aspect of branding. Because if you even come up with your name and then you want to probably go further to design your logo or to design your identity, how will you want the design of the logo to look like? If, for example, I want to create a logo from my name, My name is Abioye Olalekan, and I'm using that one to create a company. How does the logo going to be like? So let us look at some companies here in Nigeria that have probably grown from being a one-man business, and they've grown up and they've been able to get the name right. For example, Zenith Bank. If the name Zenith come across to anyone, you can easily recognize it and then hold it. You can easily build something from it. If a name come across to you like Google, for example, out of the world, outside of this shore, you can easily relate with such, and it makes a lot of sense over time. If we also look at some other brands, in our own environment, like Sweet Sensation, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. So we need to be careful while we are creating names. Look at Jimia Food. Look at, we are having some fantastic name for products or for brands or for corporate also here. So for every aspiring business owners or SMEs, naming becomes a very, very vital key to you achieving, a very good, brand, development for your product or your service. So a whole lot of people does not take this as very, very essential or very, very, crucial or critical to their brand, growth or their brand development, or probably creating a brand and growing a brand. Name is key. Name is vital. You need the professionals. You need people who are knowledgeable about this to be able to help you in doing this, because at the level of creating that name, they will look at other areas, that you probably for now you are not looking at. They'll be looking at the area of, branding. Area of design, logo creation, identity development, communication. They'll be looking at your market. They'll be looking at who are your target audience. They'll be looking at the profiling of all those people that will be patronizing your product or your services, or probably patronizing your company. So it is very, very key that we take name of our product, name of our company, name of our brand that we want to build into cognizance. And at that level, when you get it right, you are actually on the journey of getting it right so very much. Now, another thing I also want to mention, like I said, I want to talk about three things. The second one is logo. Now, branding is not logo as it were, but it's also one of those things that we must be able to get right. And I've seen a whole lot of, designs as far as logo, architecture is concerned from business owners, the SMEs and all of that. And I discovered that, how do you want to create, a global brand or a national brand from this kind, of arrangement, where colors are just being modeled up, where the logo is not even communicating anything or it's not standing for anything, where you want to see a logo and then you are seeing like 20, 30 or 40 different kinds of, colors being mixed together, where you see a lot of different kinds of font that does not have relevance, to what you are trying to communicate. And I think this becomes very, very vital, that while we want to build a brand, we must be able to get logos that can stand the test of time. Not a logo that is predicated on your name, or a kind of logo that is predicated on your environment where you are situated or stuff, but a kind of logo that you are going to design that can stand the test of time, and a logo that must be recognizable. When you take your time to look at, a whole lot of, great companies of the world, maybe just even go to your laptops and then you type on your Google logos. You see different kinds of logo that comes your way. From there, you can see a lot of logos that can stand the test of time. Look at logo of UBA. Look at logo of Zenith Bank. Look at logo of Access Bank. Look at logo of KFC. Look at logo of Mr. Biggs in Nigeria. Look at logo of Sweet Sensation. Look at logo of my own company, Rich Brands, for example. Look at logo of some of the other business that I have. When you come across those logos, you will see that those logos are unique. They are so simple, they communicate a particular thing, and they can become so recognizable within a very short period of time. So there are some logos that are hard sell, and there are some logos that are not hard sell. There are logos that are iconic, and they will be able to stand the test of time. So while creating logos for your product or for your brand or for, in your design or anything, you must be careful in the kind of logo that you are creating. Let's look at the third thing that I said, I want to discuss with us today. I've mentioned naming is a very, very vital key point of brand development. And we have very few people that knows about naming. Number 2 is logo. And the third one I want to talk about is tagline. A lot of people call it payoff. And I've said it in different fora that the tagline of a brand is just a statement of from 2 words to maximum 4 words that talks about the entirety of what a brand stands to offer. So it's talking about bringing the beginning and the ending to the customer just within 1 or 2 short words. And this is very, very key. I've come across taglines of some organizations or some SMEs that are so long that you cannot even remember it, even if you come across it 4, 5, 6, 7, 20 times. You cannot, because those words are so long, and in a lot of times too, they are not, speaking to the end of what you are trying to offer. And this becomes an issue when you are trying to build, a brand and all of that. So tagline, to a larger extent, is just telling people in a short word of what you stand for. Let me give you 1 or 2 examples of such that you can easily recognize. Nike, is a global brand. They manufacture sneakers and trainers and all of that. And the tagline is just do it. 3 words. Just do it, you can remember. I'm not with my book and everything, but because I've come across it 1 or 2 times, it sticks. Another one, McDonald's. Loving it. I'm loving it. I mean, this you can relate with. It means that the brand is telling you that the moment, anytime you come across their brand, their product, there is no way you not love it. So they've been able to input a lot of things in it for you to always love it. Another one from our own hand here, which is Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank says, in your best interest. In your best interest. 4 words, making it. So it means that everything that they are doing is for your own interest. And this will go a long way in selling a particular brand. So apart from, these 3 things, there is still a lot, to know when it comes to, branding and brand development, which of course, in other series of this presentation, I'll be bringing your way. Thank you very much. My name remains Dave. God bless.